Tim's taking a piss in the backyard, doesn't want to apparently go on camera. I kind of wanted to talk about his car, which I've mentioned before. We kind of pretty much built this car, the major guts of it, in my basement. Engine was built in my basement. The transmission, we put it together in the basement. It's a 4R70W. We rebuilt the rear end. I think it was over the winter one year, and this fucking garage was cold as shit. But this is the car that's going to go on SIG Week, and we're kind of planning everything out. We got the tent mahal going. We might even bring the guard dog over there. But we're figuring out fuel jug situation, what we're going to do, what tools we're going to have to bring. This car has coilovers, so the biggest problem is that we're going to be overloading the rear end. And we actually, using the existing mounts that are on there, we're probably going to buy some air shocks so that we can put them on and off when we hit the road, because otherwise we're going to be riding on, we're bottoming out the suspension. It's not set up to hold cargo, but we're going to have to, we're not pulling a trailer, we're loading everything into the car. So I'll kind of show you what we got going on. So these are his street tires. They're kind of heavy, but they're going to be on the street, so we're not really too worried about that. But we're going to swap these out at every track and put these on. And we got our tote set up with our jack stands. We got our tool situation figured out. We're going to end up using these guys for fuel because you can stack them, and they're going to work out better than the regular conventional fuel jugs everybody uses, and we're saving space. So that's another critical key component is we should, and then we got a generator that isn't here that we're going to have to put on. So the slicks, skinnies, the generator, fuel, everything else is going to go in the car. We don't want any fuel in the car, so no generator, no gas, just tools, equipment, tent, that stuff. I don't know if I covered it, but we rewired this car maybe like a month ago. It's at a fiberglass dash from Glass Tech. Tim laid out the gauges. They look pretty damn good in there. Almost look stock. And we wired the whole car front to back. And everything is actually laying, I think you guys are going to be sideways there, but everything is laying in here on the passenger side. So you actually kind of have more room if something goes wrong. And this dash comes out with like 4 bolts, or I think 2. 4 or 2, Tim?
2 bolts.
2 bolts. So the rear end's a 373, 8.8. He's done a killer job modifying it with the anti-roll bar and everything. And it's got all the doodads and thingamajigs to make this car really hook. It's got a cage in it for now. He wants to redo that. The transmission's a 4R70W with a, what is it, US Shiftworks controller for your controller. US Shift controller in it. 4500 stall, I believe. 45 or 35?
45.
45. The best thing about it is the lockup. Once this thing hits lockup, man, it trucks. It's unbelievable the difference the lockup makes. And the engine is pretty basic but impressive. And the whole, unless you're really trying to go like 8s with a boost or something, there's no reason to put an LS in a Fox body. This is proof. It's a 351 Windsor, out of the box Flowtech heads. He actually has the rocker arms out of my Oldsmobile that used to be in there. It's got like a slightly hotter version of the E303 cam.
F303.
F303?
Yeah.
What's the difference between the E303 and the F303?
I think just duration.
So yeah, it's a pretty mild cam regardless. It actually has quite a bit of compression, so I think we're making our power on cylinder pressure, and the aluminum heads allow for that. It's got a Pertronix digital HP ignition spark thrower, and he's got the distributor to go with it. It's got one of the newer Edelbrock 4150s in there, which is a really nice piece. All in all, this car is pretty damn impressive. It's gone 1090s at a $124, I want to say, if I remember right. And it's fully streetable. This thing idles like stock. You can drive it around town, and it's got overdrive. It's only got 373 gears. Rips off like a 157 60 foot. You know, this thing rips. So we're doing the dial-in class for 6 summer, which starts at our home track. And the whole deal behind that is that we're actually I have to show up to the track with my car as well, because as soon as we get back, since we're coming back to the track where we start, we have an index race, and I've been running index and pro, so we come right back to racing as soon as we're done being on the road for pretty much what comes out to like 6 days, and 600 miles. So our longest, what's our longest point to point? 200 something?
240, something like that.
There's the longest point to point is going to be like 240 or something like that.
The Union Grove to Cordova.
It's going to be Union Grove to Cordova. I don't know if you can hear him in the background, but usually, obviously, he would tow with the trailer Mahal. The setup in there's actually fucking badass. He did a nice job with that. But today we were kind of figuring stuff out. Now I think what we have to figure out is route-wise, fuel stops, what's on the way. One of those nights we're probably going to end up staying at a hotel for the party factor and just helping guys out, all that kind of fun stuff. Kind of what the whole thing is. There's actually quite a few guys that we race with that are going to be in the event as well. I think we got like 5 or 6 guys that race with us that are going to, from our track, that we run classes with, that are going to be doing it as well. And we got, besides the trip, since we're kind of in our backyard, there is a bunch of areas where if something goes wrong, we do have help along the way if we do need the help. That is a last ditch effort in the whole, the rules. You can't have, you got to be able to make it with what you got. But of course, it's guys have swapped out engines at racetracks just to keep going, and people have helped them. But it's at that point, it's survival. The whole name of the game is survival, and that's what we are planning for here.
It has to be impromptu help. Can't be.
Yeah. So, he said in the background, it's got to be impromptu help. You can't be planned ahead. Like, you can't have an engine ready to go and have somebody like 20 miles away. Like, I'm sure any of you guys that follow the Dragon Drive events have seen like people, posting up on social media. You were stuck at this mile marker. We need this or that. And, people will come through and help you out. Like, that stuff's all right. But it's in the rules, but essentially the whole idea is to make it on what we have. And I think this engine has proven itself pretty damn good. He does a lot of street driving with it. It's a really good street driver. I mean, rides rougher than hell, but it drives good. I've driven this thing and it is fun. There's throttle everywhere in this thing. You can hang it sideways. You go 45, 50, floor it, it'll go sideways. And it'll be a nice sideways, not like you're going to hit a crowd coyote sideways, all right? There's a difference. So, he still has the dial in from the last index race. He went, I think, what'd you went, 3 rounds?
Yeah, I made it to the semis.
He made it to the semis last race. And he had a better day than I think half the people that we raced with. I think everybody was having a bad day, bad lights, bad reaction times. It was a rough day. I had a rough day. Our other guy, Mike, had a rough day. Now he's in the middle of an engine swap. And he's going to go blindly into the next race. But this is the first installment, I guess, of this whole thing. From here, I think we have to do our planning of, obviously the route is pre-planned, but where we're going to want to stay, where we're going to want to stop for food, see what fuel stops, the distances between the fuel stops. Ultimately, we are going to have 10 gallons of fuel with us. We're going to even use 93 in the generator, but since, we run 93 in this, we're probably going to just end up carrying 93 at all times just to have it, to be on the safe side. So there you have it. Basement built car, running 10s with a 351 Windsor that's like super basic, and there's no reason to go LS. This is proof. You don't need an LS to go 10s. I think the 5.3s would have a hard time going 10s NA. I said I think the 5.3s would have a hard time going 10s NA. 6.0 you probably could do NA 10s, but this is just a 351 with Flowtech heads, F303 cam, very mild, idles like stock. So we will let you guys go. Share, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram as Scott Cutlass, and you guys are probably going to see us dying on the road, but we'll probably do live. I'll probably shoot live if I'm riding shotgun, but I think we're going to split driving duties since he's going to be racing and Trust me, the last thing you really want to do when you're racing is driving. So we're probably going to be sharing the drive. He's going to be doing the racing. And of course, just like at my house, there goes the goddamn air compressor. Right when I'm in the middle of something. So, that follows me everywhere. So we'll let you guys go.